So today we're going to be talking about Adidas and the business model behind the company. So a little introduction to the company and how it came about. It was founded in 1949 by Adolphe Dacier, um, who at the time had a business partner who was his brother. These two uh, ran into some problems and had to split. Adolphe then went to found Adidas, and his brother went on to found the company known as Puma. Uh, some prominent names that are known for wearing Adidas: Muhammad Ali and David Beckham, who has a lifetime deal with them for $160 million. Uh, Adolph's death in 1979 led to the company's downfall, but eventually Adidas came back to become the largest sportswear manufacturer in Europe. And a little fun fact about Adidas is during the end of World War II, an Adidas shoe factory was used to produce anti-tank weapons known as Panzerschrecks. So looking at the SWOT analysis when looking at the company, some strengths of the company, the legacy of the brand, of course, uh, been around for a long time, known for having quality products, innovative designs, constantly thinking of ways that they can improve the product, um, strong relationship with suppliers, most relationships with the people that Adidas does business with, they have been in relations with for 10 plus years. So having that strong connection with those people is good. Weaknesses, athlete representation. Um, most of the top athletes are not represented by Adidas. More often, they're represented by Nike. So it is hard to get those top tier athletes to represent a product for you. And then slow design turnaround. In 2015, the design turnaround for Adidas was 18 months, and since then has improved. But that is a very long time, and when you're trying to make an idea turn into something that people can wear, you want to get that process along faster. So, and then the dependence on external manufacturers. Adidas has a lot of external manufacturers, um, you know, and they depend on them to get the raw materials and manufacture them into the product that they need. Otherwise, they would have to purchase the raw materials and manufacture themselves, which would cost more than what it would for them to get it from their suppliers. And then some opportunities, uh, you know, increase in demand for lifestyle apparel. This is an opportunity for Adidas because they're just venturing into the lifestyle apparel uh, section, and with this being an increase in demand, this is a good time for them to capitalize on that. And then programs that promote social responsibility, whether that be eco-friendly um, products, you know, uh, and then celebrity endorsements is another opportunity for them. I know that in recent years, the partnership with Kanye West and the Yeezy line has been really successful, very successful, and I think that if they can find a way to gain more celebrity endorsements like that, as well as continue sport endorsements, they'll be well off. And then threats, of course, is competition. That is the main, biggest competition between uh, them and Nike. Them are the top two in the industry, and there's not very many big names within that industry, so it's a very tight race. And there are a couple new entrants that have entered that are doing very well for themselves and have a very successful target market that constantly brings back money for them. And then obviously world issues. COVID was a very big one for Adidas. They took a big hit in their quarterlies when looking at the Adidas website. Whenever we're talking about COVID, they took a very big hit, and it was tough for them to bounce back from that. So world issues is always a threat, and is even more so now. And then when looking at Porter's five forces for Adidas, again, like we said, competition is very high within the industry that this company resides in, with constant pressure from Nike and those below Adidas. Always everybody kind of being successful in their own area. Everybody doing things the proper way. So having a very competitive environment is a big part of Adidas uh, framework and how they expect to handle things throughout the process. Potential for new entrants. This is graded out as a medium. Like I said, there's not very many uh, big corporations in the athletic apparel industry. You got Nike, Adidas, Puma, Lululemon, Under Armour, and the potential for new ones to come. New people will come all the time, and new products will hit the shelf. But in order to compete at that high of a level, there's only going to be a certain amount of corporations at that level. So uh, maintaining that focus at that number two spot and just keeping the strategy pushing is going to fend off those new entrants from taking over the position. Power of supplier is high. Uh, as I mentioned before, the supplier receives raw material and manufactures that raw material into the product that Adidas wants. And since they do both processes there, and they have very high power, because if you were to just buy the raw material and have to manufacture it yourself, it would cost more than paying a supplier. And then power of customers medium, because everybody in this industry is creating quality products for a higher price. So it's truly up to the customer whether they would like to walk in and spend money with Adidas, or whether that's how they see it advertised or the products that they have. It's ultimately up to the person. And substitution of products, this is grayed out as a low. Uh, Again, going back to how there's not many many of these companies, big companies in the industry, having a substitute product will not drive the costs of these real products lower. Looking at the business strategy of Adidas, um, a big thing for them is sustainability. Having always having a way to stay on your feet. Like I said, COVID-19 just happened. They had to figure out a way to get through that, and now I'm sure that they've implemented new things that come into play whenever we're talking about sustainability. So sustainability is a huge thing. Having a backbone, knowing what you need to do and what needs to get done every day in order to make sure that the business is successful. Investing more in technology. This is a huge thing that Adidas has been focusing on as the world continues to develop into a more technological society. Adidas is doing its part by developing a more technological based system in order to catch up with society, and make sure that everybody can do what they want whenever they want to interact with Adidas, whether it's on the website, on a Instagram page, or whatever Adidas is up to date and ready to go. Uh, Giving back is always a big thing for them, whether it's eco friendly products, getting into different programs that allow them to give back to the community in some form or fashion. Managing the supply chain, this is a big one. Knowing when they're going to get their supplies, how they're going to get their supplies, uh, is a key part in understanding inventory, knowing how much money they're going to make profit. All these things are a big key in the business strategy for Adidas. And then again, focusing on key areas in different regions. Uh, targeting big cities in little areas. Uh, Trying to generate as much cash as you can in the best area to develop the best base for a business and generate the best possible outcome. And then the corporate strategy, creating the new. Adidas wants to constantly be ahead of the curve. They want to be the ones creating the new thing that's coming out and understand that they always are constantly trying to innovate and create something new. And having something for everyone is also a big staple in their strategy. They want everybody to feel like there's something for them at Adidas and something that fits them with Adidas. And the biggest part is becoming the world leader in sports manufacturing. As I said, Adidas is number one in Europe for sports manufacturing, and then they are number two to Nike in the world. So their goal is to overtake Nike in the sports manufacturing world. Their international strategy, they're already a very well-known brand globally. So just keeping that intact, making sure that everybody around the globe knows what the brand is, what Three Stripes is, sharing the story and letting them know that this is a brand that creates quality product and delivers on time. And then there are various world events that are sponsored by Adidas. The biggest one is probably the World Cup, and I believe they are sponsoring them up until 2023. This is a huge event. A lot of people see this. This is advertisement, uh, and being a big sports corporation, having a big world event like that under your belt is a huge advantage. And then Yeezy is the most recent of the celebrity endorsements, but Adidas does celebrity endorsements all around the world in order to, you know, get their name out there to some of those avenues that they might not have been traveling down without those endorsements. So I think that is a huge thing that they should continue to push and develop throughout the process. And then again, eco-friendly products to help conserve the world, because you know, in time nowadays there are a lot of harmful products that are used, whether it's the manufacturing process or the process of getting the raw materials. There are a lot of harmful ways that these processes are being uh, handled. But I think Adidas is doing a good job of creating eco-friendly manufacturing processes, uh, raw material retrieval, and just creating eco-friendly products in general to help give back to the earth in the way by taking care of it in that way. So some strategic recommendations that I have for Adidas would be mass customization. I think that they should come up with a way where everybody can, you know, develop something for them and specifically for them, And I think focusing on classic products as well as developing new products, switching focus to more